What's going on, guys? It's your boy Summit out here, still playing around with this 535i tonight. Trying to get to this front coolant line right here. Let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, so you see that coolant line that comes up right here to the front. I don't know if you can see in the front where it's leaking, but it's leaking right there in the front where it goes to the block, but that's the coolant line to the turbo. So to take that off, I had to take off the coolant reservoir, take off the vacuum canisters, take off the intercooler, take off the intercooler coupler. I'm gonna have to take off the actual outlet itself to get it unbolted down there, but right now I'm working on getting the downpipe out. So right now the problem is well, actually I shouldn't call them downpipes because they're catalytic converters. They're the stock factory ones. So there's this heat shield I had to take off at 3 bolts. You have to bend up this heat shield pretty bad to get it out. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to bend it back to get it right in the back spot when going back to putting the car all back together, but I figured I'd pick up the camera and show you how hard this is, because this looks way different than a 3 Series underneath the car. I said that previously like 10-30 times maybe just because I don't know how many times I can emphasize that this is a whole other different monster. So right now we're gonna go ahead and get underneath the car. Safety first, always have some jack stands underneath the car. Had to take off the metal plate that I put back there. So right here I'm trying to get out these down pipes. It's the catalytic converter. Sorry, you'll hear me mix that up a lot in this video. So there's 4 bolts right here on the back connecting to the rest of the exhaust that you have to take off. There are 2 bolts up here that you have to take off. One right there, one in the middle up here, and once you take both of those off then it's taking off the bracket to the transmission, and then you have to come up here, and right in there I already started loosening this one. Let me see if I can get the light to get in there and see it. So as you can see right in there, let me see. Oh shit, it's kind of sneaking. It's hiding behind this fucking motor mount, but right there next to that O2 sensor, there's a 13mm nut. I need to get that bitch off. To get it off, it's a pain in my fucking ass. Excuse my French. But look, I'm using all. So I love this ratchet. I bought it. All my parts are like Harbor Freight parts right now. It's got 2 extensions on it, and I have another swivel on the end of it, and I'm using a 13mm socket. Shouldn't be using a 12 point, but for this specific situation, if you are using a 12 point, always make sure it's seated flat on the bolt that you're trying to get off. Completely flat. See if it sits up like that and it's not flush and it's not fitting all the way. Do not do that. Please don't do that to your bolt. In this situation, I'm able to get it all the way on there like that, and it doesn't create that much of a problem. I really don't suggest doing this, but in this situation I was being lazy to find the other one and it works, so please don't kill me. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and set this down. Hopefully that's a good angle. Let me take this off here to start. Get this up in here. See if you can hand turn it first. Let me see. At this point, the bolt is getting loose enough that I can take it off by hand. when you work on BMWs long enough, you will learn how to do random shit with your fingers. And right now, I'm using a technique where I take 2 of my fingers on the back side and I kind of hold them a little tight. Well, I rotate fingers and shit like that, but what I try to do is use 2 fingers and use the other finger to kind of spin the bolt. Let's see. Right now it's not working that well. Sometimes I have to even get a backhand on it, get far away from what I'm trying to get to, try to reach up in there. Yep, that's gonna do it a lot better. So sometimes I've noticed working on BMWs, the best thing to do is to start far away and then get up close when you're looking for a solution. If you're always looking at a small picture, you're always going to be a small-minded person. You gotta be open-minded and have a big view on life. You gotta have a broad view on everything. Let me see, right here, watch, boom, this thing's out. Let me see. This lovely 13mm bolt, pain in my butt. I wish they made it a little bit longer to make it easier to go back on the clamp when putting it all back together. If you thought taking this car apart was a nightmare, putting it back together is also a nightmare. But it's also a reason why I don't suggest many people work on their 35Is. So now, I already got the bolt off up here. Let me see if I can get this in here and show you. Oh, sorry for all the noise. So, no, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it up here. Maybe. Oh, there we go, there we go. So, if you see up there, there's a clamp right behind this O2 sensor, and that clamp has a hole going through it, and that's how, that's where the bolt goes. And it sucks that it's like directly blocking it right there to see everything. I guess if I kind of hold it like right there. Oh, yeah, so you see on the top there's a clamp. So the clamp's still like locked in place even though we took the bolt out. So now what you need to do is you need to have a big pry bar, and you need to pry in between that clamp to get it to come loose. And I know I have one somewhere around here, I just have to find it. Where am I put you? Let me see here. I'll go ahead and set you guys down. She is. Whenever you're working on cars at your house and you got a hoodie on, it is a lifesaver. You get a lot less bullshit in your hair and all that. Oh my